Hi friends, and welcome to this week's YouTube video. Today we are going to be making 4 different sandwich puppies. This is kind of a sister concept to my soup cats that I made a couple of weeks back. You can view that video here. One of these shop updates I'm currently working on is my July shop update, and that is essentially going to be savory food themed, so I figured this would be perfect to go with the soup cats for that. I knew I wanted to do a chicken salad puppy, but wasn't totally sure on the rest, so I went to Pinterest and I started saving images of sandwiches and then puppies I thought looked like those sandwiches. And here's what that final Pinterest board looked like. So let's just hop right in with the sketches. So like I said, when I was thinking of sandwich dogs that I wanted to do, the first one that came to mind and the one I knew I wanted to do was a chicken salad puppy. For 2 reasons. One, I just love chicken salad sandwiches. It's like my go-to meal for lunch. But I specifically only do chicken and mayo. I don't add anything else other than like seasoning to it. My cat is freaking out, so if you hear any noise, it's that. But the other reason why I wanted to do a chicken salad sandwich puppy is because I knew exactly what type of puppy to do. It's those long-haired, crusty-looking puppies. AKA, I suppose, a terrier puppy? With as much as I draw dogs, I am embarrassingly unfamiliar with dog breeds. Like, I know Chihuahuas and Golden Retrievers and Labs, and that, that's the majority of it. But something I'm really trying to work on is improving my dog breed art, because normally I just do like a default no breed in mind kind of style. But anyways, we finished the sketch and we've moved on to the line art for this guy. I think this might be my favorite. I mean, it's really hard to pick. I do like all of them a lot, but I think this breed just fits chicken salad so well. The fur kind of looks like shredded chicken. I don't know how to explain it further. With this piece, I decided to make him look playful with a paw on the sandwich, but also I decided to add some potato chips on the side. Didn't add like side pieces to all of them, but I thought it fit here. And it was small enough that it was okay if the rest didn't necessarily have any themselves. But drawing the detail on this, as well as all of the sandwiches, was extremely fun. I love drawing like detailed, realistic food. Also, if you're someone who enjoys chicken salad sandwiches, let me know what kind of bread you use on yours. Because I just use normal, like, store-bought sliced sandwich bread. But all of the Pinterest photos I saw of these were on like croissant rolls or something, so that's what I drew here. But I've never had a version of the sandwich that looks like this in my life. Here I am starting on the final colors, which is pretty easy since I did go ahead and pick them out and block them out in the sketching process. It has helped speed up my workflow a ton and I love doing it. It makes my like digital sketchbook look so much better. Also, if you're someone who makes chicken salad to eat, let me know what you put in yours because that is something that varies so much person to person and even region to region. I have heard some wild things go into people's chicken salad. Like, some people put grapes and nuts in there, and no offense if you do that. No offense at all, but that is horrifying to me. I would almost rather eat sand than eat chicken salad with grapes and nuts in it. But even if you do, I'm so curious to know, like, what is your preference? The shading on this, of course, was also so fun. I love shading food, but especially this type of bread because it's kind of glossy almost. And then adding the, like, salt to the chips was also extremely fun and satisfying. I'm trying to think of, like, a chicken-y name for this guy. Literally the only thing I can think is chicken, and that's not a good enough name. So I don't know, if you guys have a better name for him, please let me know, because my brain is very empty right now. But we are pretty much done with this guy. I'm just adding the white highlight, the outline around him. But let's go ahead and take a look at the final piece. And here it is. Up next, we're gonna go ahead and get the other savory puppy out of the way, mostly because this is the one that I sketched second, I believe. Now here's the thing. I didn't intend to do 2 chicken sandwiches. However, this is also one of my favorites. And this is also one where I knew immediately that there was a dog that looked like chicken. I didn't know the breed, but I'm pretty certain this is a poodle of some kind. I'm sure there are other breeds that look similar, but they all look like fried chicken. So I absolutely had to draw these 2 guys smashed together. I, for one, am a pickle hater. I hate pickles, I hate lettuce. So in theory, if I were to eat the sandwich, it would just be chicken. However, I know that is a little boring as far as like a visual for art goes. So I did take some liberties and add pickles and lettuce to this. But just know in your heart that I wouldn't eat it this way, and I hate pickles. Here we're starting on the line art. The sketch was pretty straightforward. This guy was so fun to draw because of the curly fur. He also just has like this goofy little face. I don't know. I really, in my head, when I was drawing the final line art, I was like, how do I make this guy look like fried chicken as much as possible? And I think I did a pretty good job. I think out of all of the sandwiches, this might have been my favorite. I mean, the last one was pretty good too, so we'll see. But drawing the detail on this one, the pickles and the sauce and the lettuce, very fun. I know everyone tends to have a favorite restaurant they go to for chicken sandwiches like this, like fried chicken. Please let me know which one is your go-to. I'm not gonna lie to you, besties. I love McDonald's food. And their cheap fried chicken sandwiches, the ones that used to be $1 but are like $1.70 now or whatever, they taste really good to me, even though they're flat and they're dry. I love them. But if we're talking like from a culinary perspective, I would say Popeyes has everyone else beat. Their food is genuinely so good. Here I started on the colors. Again, very straightforward. Coloring in this lettuce was like the most tedious part of drawing all of these guys. That was not very fun. In the sketch colors, the gradient on the bun was a little wonky, so I ended up saturating the colors a little more. I'm much happier with this version. Then I moved on to the shading. This was also fun. I'm like gonna say that about all of the stages of these because this set of animals was probably my favorite that I've done out of all of them for YouTube so far, I'd say. Like, I don't know, the premise was just goofy and I really like how silly they all turned out. Like, just trying to think of dog breeds that match visually different foods was fun. Jumping back to the whole pickle thing though, I did end up making a alternate version of this guy specifically about pickles. I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen now. He asked for no pickles and he got pickles and he's so sad about it. That is literally me anytime I ask for no pickles or no lettuce, which is more offensive to me. And I get it. Because the thing about lettuce is that it's so much harder to get off than pickles. Because pickles, they're usually like, 2 to 5 maybe. And that's a maximum. So it's pretty easy to pick off, and it does leave a flavor, and that sucks, but I can get over that. Lettuce, though, it's impossible to get every single little bit out, especially with Taco Bell. Taco Bell is the worst offender of this. Whenever they accidentally put lettuce on what I get, it's just ruined. There's no way I can eat it. I have to give it to my partner, because the lettuce just is everywhere, and I can't get it all out. But yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look at the final. Just love this little guy. Then to swap things up, I went with 2 sweet sandwiches as well as the 2 savory ones. The first one I decided to pick was the Japanese fruit and cream sandwiches. I thought that a Cocker Spaniel with kind of a rose gold colored pattern would fit this vibe pretty well. Obviously there are no straight up pink dogs, so I had to be a bit creative with my liberties here. So this one probably doesn't match the food quite like the other ones do, but I think it's close enough. I made sure she looked sweet and cute. A little more reserved than the other puppies. I did skew her pattern a little more pink than in reality. I mean, I feel like there are certainly dogs that have a coat that is pretty pink without like looking unnatural. So I feel like, I mean, it's not too much of an exaggeration. I kind of tried to toe the line between the two. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the end result on this one. Out of the 4 sandwiches I picked for this video, this is the only one that I've never had myself, which honestly I'm pretty sad about because I feel like this would be such a delicious sandwich. Here's where I started the colors. I think this is one where I didn't change it from that concept sketch, although I might have changed the shade of pink. I don't think so though. If I'm going to be so quite honest with you guys, I feel like out of the 4, this is probably my least favorite. She just looked kind of off. You can see me here sort of lowering the head down because the shape was a bit long. I feel like it helped, and I mean, I'm not saying that I don't like this piece because I do like it, but I feel like the sketch concept just hit what I was going for a bit better, and just compared to the other 3, I don't think it's quite as strong. Maybe because it is a less realistic coat color that it just didn't sit quite as well with me as the other 3. I'm not totally sure, to be honest. I think it's probably a mixture of that and the face proportions being kind of odd. I mean, I do like how the general vibe came out, so I hope you guys like this one anyways. I decided to add almost like a rosy curl pattern to her coat, and I'm really glad I did that. I feel like it adds a lot to the overall character and the aesthetic. I think it matches the like creamy strawberry pretty well. Back when I made the concept and then when I did the final line art, I added that kind of hair tuft at the top of her head to look like the leaves of a strawberry, which if you didn't catch that, that's why I did it that way. That is one detail of this piece that I really, really enjoy, and I think I did a good job at. We are nearing the end of this one now, just adding the final highlights and touches. I played around with the eye some, and I also like liquefied the head a little to make it smaller, but here is the final. I feel like I do like this one the more I look at it. Now we are on to the final sketch and the final sandwich puppy. Like the other one, this is the second sweet sandwich. For this one, I had to pick one of my favorite treats, and that is a honey peanut butter banana sandwich. Peanut butter and bananas and honey are some of my favorite things, so of course, when they are combined, it is delicious to me. Out of the 4 sandwich puppies, this is probably the most detailed one that I did. Probably less in the puppy themselves. That part is probably more simple than the other ones, but the sandwich is so much more detailed, so I really went in with the sketch wanting to lock a lot of the colors and that detail in so I wouldn't have to worry about it later. I feel like overall this one is probably my favorite just because I feel like the final colors look so well together. Something about the cream, the yellow, and the white just are so tasty to me. Here I started on the line art. I decided to pick a golden retriever puppy to go with the sandwich because I feel like that fits vibes really well. And unlike the other dog breeds that I did, aside from maybe the Cocker Spaniel, this is one I have drawn a lot, for real. So doing the line art for it took pretty much no time at all. Drawing the detail in this sandwich was probably my favorite part of this whole entire process. It was so fun. Like between the layering and the banana slices and then the honey, there was just a lot going on. It was very satisfying to do. Now we are going to the colors. This one, like I said, was very easy and fun, so it went by quickest of all of them. I know that a lot of people are pretty opinionated on weird food combinations, and although I like this food combination, I know for sure some people are gonna be like, wow, that's so gross. So please let me know. Would you eat the sandwich? Did you like this combination of food items? Like I mentioned at the start of the video, these 4 guys will definitely be products in my shop during my July shop update, hopefully. Between this and the soup cats, that would be a lot of individual stickers, so I think I'm going to go with at least a sticker sheet for these 4, which hopefully that's okay. I would, in an ideal world, make individual stickers of all 4 of these guys as well, but with the economy in such shambles right now, I really have to be picky and choosy about what I make into what products. So right now it is a bit more cost effective for me to turn these 4 designs into one sticker sheet than 4 individual stickers. But hopefully one day. The shading on this was of course super fun. I'm really happy that I went with the puppy holding one of those honey wands. I feel like that adds just such a playful touch to this piece. Like, I don't know, I just want to pick up this little guy and hug him, squish him. Out of all of my YouTube character designs so far, I feel like these 4 have been my favorite. I mean, the soup cats, they're pretty good too. It might be a tie between the 2 of them, but I hope you guys like these as much as I do. We are pretty much to the end of this honey banana peanut butter golden retriever, so let's go ahead and take a look at the final for this. Here it is, and now let's take a look at all of them together. I absolutely loved drawing these guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. I will hopefully see you in next week's video.